All right, so all the shoes you see right here on the floor, these are my 2021 sneaker pickups. So in order to figure out which shoes I love, appreciate, and need on this list, I had to lay them all out, look at them once again, and decide which shoe was the best and which shoes just don't make the list. Whatever I do select as number 1 on my top 10 list, whatever that shoe may be, for the first time ever, I'm gonna be giving away that shoe to you guys. Teaming up with my family over at Soul Steals to make this happen. That's another reason why you wanna stay tuned to that part of the video, because once I show you what number 1 is, then I'll tell you how you could enter to win that shoe for free. Anyway, let's get into the appreciation, honorable mention portion of the video before we get into the actual top 10. Now, you guys know I'm a huge Nike Dunk fanatic. You guys didn't know I'm joking. Yeah, you guys already know the story. But honestly, I did get a lot of dunks this year. What the P-Rods? We got the mummies right here. 75th anniversary NBA. There's a lot of good dunks, was the moral of the story. South Beaches, Miami Night, Watch the Throne 9. Thank you, Nike, for bringing these out. New Balance appreciation. Oh, this one. This right here. This, in my opinion, is the most underrated Jordan drop of the year. The Starfish Jordan 5s. Orange is my favorite color, which made me obviously, you know, but the overall cream upper and the leather quality and just, I don't know, it's just a super dope shoe to wear. And the last sneakers that I gotta show some appreciation to, of course, are my own. So this year I had the opportunity to make not only one shoe, but 3 different shoes. But I'm not gonna put it on my list. This is a completely different feeling. Like, this is a different list. This is more than just a sneaker of the year. This is a sneaker of my lifetime. Okay, I think that's enough of the honorable mentions part of the video. Here we go. My top 10 sneakers of 2021 starts now. Number 10, we have a sneaker that I feel like a lot of people forgot about in 2021 because it came out so early in the year. And I am talking about the Air Jordan 4 Taupe Haze. Every year we get a couple solid Jordan 4s, and this year was no different. But this one right here is definitely my favorite out of all of them. The first impressions for this shoe, everybody was like, this is a broke man Travis Friends and Family 4. And as someone who loves that shoe, this is the closest I'm probably ever gonna get. But aside from that, it's still an overall great Jordan 4 colorway. It's so dope. It's so wearable. Like, I could literally throw this on with the fit that I have right now with this like vintage looking J. Cole tee, and it would work. It's just such a good and wearable Jordan 4. The only thing I don't really like about this shoe too much is the little bit of paint that kind of chips off on the toe and tongue area, but it's all good. It still looks dope. It gives it that aged look, which is obviously super popping, and that's a trend you'll see throughout the whole list here. Is a lot of the sneakers look like they were from the 80s and the 90s. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people slept on these, and this is a really good Jordan 4, and that's why it is number 10. All right, moving on to number 9 on the list. We're gonna be going with the Kobe 5 Pro Trow undefeated collaboration in honor of his Hall of Fame induction. It's very rare for Nike basketball to do collaborations. We have seen it obviously, but Kobe's line specifically, they've only done collaborations with undefeated, and they've done some great ones over the last few years with the Pro Trow line, and this year they ended it off with a banger. Now, the reason why I say ended it off is because obviously the news came out earlier this year that Nike and Kobe's contract is basically done. Yeah, this was one of the last Kobe's to come out, and I love these, man. The whole overall colorway of the shoe represents Kobe's whole journey, and I love how on just one of the swooshes, they put a 24, a 10, and an 8 to represent all of the numbers that Kobe wore, which is his 8 number, his 24 number, and then 10 when he was in the Olympics. So yeah, we had to put these on the list because I, as a big Kobe fan, always show appreciation to his sneaker line, and I actually hit on these for retail off of Undefeated's website, so I was happy about that. And anytime you hit on a sneaker, obviously it just makes it a little bit more special. So Undefeated Kobe 5 Pro Trows Hall of Fame coming in at number 9. All right, coming in at number 8, we have our most recent sneaker pickup, and that is going to be the Cool Gray Air Jordan 11s. I decided to put these because I just love how they came out with the new high patent satin leather vibe. I have wore them already too, so I did get to, you know, put my foot in them and enjoy them, and that's why they still made the list. If I hadn't worn these, then I probably wouldn't have put them on the list, but I did wear them one time to actually go watch the new Spider-Man with the boys. So I have that memory of watching the new Spider-Man in these shoes, which already gives me that attachment to the shoe and makes me not want to ever get rid of them, because Spider-Man was one of the best Marvel movies of all time. Best movie of 2021, by the way, and if you haven't watched it, go watch it because it is just amazing. Anyway, back to the sneakers. Cool Gray 11s. I don't have too much to say about the shoe, but at number 8, I think that's the perfect spot to put it at, and it's a shoe that I'm very looking forward to wearing throughout the rest of 2022. So yeah, number 8, Cool Gray 11s. All right, number 7. I think a lot of people are gonna be upset about this one, and it is the Yeezy Foam Runners in the Red October colorway, or what they're basically known as is the Vermilion colorway. Look, they came out in October. They're red, they're Yeezys. I'm calling them the Yeezy Red Octobers. I don't care what anybody says. So yeah, Yeezy and Adidas are back with their foam runners, and they did a all red colorway. As a Kanye fan, how could you not like want these? Like, it's such a dope, it's different, okay? We haven't gotten like a full solid colored sneaker other than a brown, tan, khaki color Yeezy, and finally they give us some colors other than the neutral color palette. Like, this is so dope. I love these. I even played basketball in these, all right? That's how much I love this shoe, is that I was willing to play basketball in them and break my damn ankle just because I love this shoe so much. So that's why they're on the list. That's why they're number 7, is because it's a red Yeezy and it's a foam runner, which is probably one of my favorite sneakers over the last decade, man. Like, this shoe is just amazing. It's ahead of its time. It's a Yeezy croc. Like, I don't know what else to say to tell you guys how much I love this shoe. And if you're not a foam runner believer, you need to believe. Yeezy Foam Runners, number 7 on the list. Now, my number 6 shoe is actually higher up on the list. I think I originally had it at 4, and then I had to bump it up to 6 because there was just other shoes that I liked a little bit more than these. But we're basically gonna be going with the OffWhite ICA Air Force Ones, the yellow, canary yellow Air Force Ones, whatever you want to call these, man. Another great Air Force One from Virgil. The Off-White Air Force Ones are my favorite of the Off-White collaborations with Nike, because the Air Force One is just one of my favorite silhouettes of all time. So anytime they did it, I loved it and I always wanted it. And this one right here, even though it's a little wild, like, I'm not typically the type of person to wear a bright yellow shoe like this, but I love these, man. I'm so happy I was able to get these. I got these in a trade with the homies over at Common Hype, and ever since I got them, I've just been like, I love them. I think they're great. They're wearable, which is weird because it's a yellow shoe. You wouldn't think it's wearable with everything, but it just goes with everything. And the cool little zip tie they did on this actual Air Force One is actually a velvet zip tie, which is different from the typical plastic zip ties we get. That was a cool little touch to give it more of a premium feel. So obviously we lost Virgil this year, which makes us appreciate all his work a lot more. And you know, with this sneaker and all the other Off-White sneakers I have in my collection, every shoe has just become a little bit more special to me. And Virgil's someone who's inspired me. He's inspired millions around the world, and his legacy is gonna live forever, from his sneakers to his art to his clothing. Whatever he touched has just become so special to collectors like myself. So I'm happy that I was able to add these in the collection. And Virgil has had a top sneaker on my list, I think, for the past 5 or 6 years, ever since he kind of really got into the whole sneaker industry, or started doing collabs in the sneaker industry. He's had a shoe on the list every year, I'm sure. I haven't gone back and looked, but I'm pretty sure. I know that the 5s were my favorite sneaker last year, the Off-White 5s. The Chicago 1s were obviously my favorite sneaker a few years ago, so I know for a fact Virgil has been on my top 10 sneaker list for the past couple of years, and I'm sure there's still a lot more that we haven't seen that is to come from what he's done. So I'm looking forward to more of Virgil's stuff. Even though he's not here with us today, I'm sure he's designed a bunch of stuff that we're gonna be seeing over the next year or so. But yeah, this is not the only Off-White sneaker on the list. We still have another one. Yeah, number 6, we got the ICA Air Force Ones. All right, we're down to our top 5. Again, a quick reminder, whatever I put at number 1 of my top 10 sneakers of 2021 list, I'm gonna be giving away to you guys with the family over at Soul Steel. And if you guys want to sign up for Soul Steals, I'll leave the link down below. This is a membership-based website. You pay monthly, but because you're paying monthly, you get access to their website, and their prices are the best in the market. Cheaper than StockX, cheaper than GOAT, the best in the game. Soul Steals, link is down below. Now let's show you guys what is number 5. At number 5, we are going with the neutral gray Air Jordan 1 lows. I know what you guys are thinking. How could I put these at number 5? It's such a basic shoe. There's no hype on these. They don't resell. Even Mina was kind of like, why are you putting that on your list? When I showed her my top 10 list, she's like, why are those on the list? And I'm like, look, I wore these more than any shoe on my list. Like, this is, in my opinion, one of the most underrated, most wearable, and best quality Jordan 1s that they released all year long. Like, this shoe is great. A classic Jordan 1 colorway, a sneaker we haven't seen in a very long time, and although it's just basically an all-white sneaker, it's a great all-white sneaker. I love this shoe so much. It's the only shoe that I doubled up on this year. I had to put it at number 5, man. I know for a fact I wanted it in my top 5, and I put it at 5 because it's right there in the middle of the list, and it's just, I love this shoe, man. I don't know what else to say to defend this shoe, but if anybody doesn't agree with me, obviously leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. But again, this is my list. This is all my opinion, and these are the top 10 sneakers that I fell in love with this year, and such a good shoe, man. Neutral gray Jordan 1 lows. If you haven't got these, hurry up and get them, because this shoe, I feel like in a few years is gonna be one that people regret sleeping on. Number 4, the most controversial sneaker of 2021. That is an absolute fact. We're going with the Air Jordan 1 Trophy Rooms right here, the freeze out shoe, the sneaker that pissed a lot of people off. Now, we're not gonna sit here and get into that whole backstory, all right? We'll save that for another day. So the whole story of the shoe I absolutely loved. It was themed around MJ getting frozen out from an all-star game with his beef with Isaiah Thomas, and that's why the whole shoe looks like it's basically a classic Jordan 1 Chicago that's been left in the freezer. It's got that shimmery, icy look to it. It's got MJ's signature on the back. Trophy Room, they always do good with their collaborations. It's just that unfortunately this release was a little hectic, and I don't think people moved the right way and whatnot. But yeah, man, I'm just happy that I was able to get a pair for retail. And again, anytime I hit for retail or I get the opportunity to get a shoe for retail, it just makes the shoe a little bit more special for me. And I love these things, man. I've wore them so many times. It's such a good shoe, and that's why we have these at number 4, the Trophy Room Jordan 1. We're down to our top 3 now, and at number 3 is the other off-white sneaker I was telling you about, and it is the off-white Air Jordan 2s, man. This shoe right here, absolutely beautiful. I fell in love with this shoe. Man, this is something we've never seen before, all right? They didn't just take an old shoe and make it look vintage. They took an old shoe and made it look like MJ actually played in them, like they're cracking, like he signed them. Like, this shoe is just so dope. Virgil is just, like, we gotta praise him, man. Like, this is such a dope Jordan collaboration. Obviously, we see that Jordan is trying to bring more hype to the Jordan 2, and I think this was the best way to start it off, man. Like, they literally did such a good job. The whole backstory on how they took an actual pair that MJ wore and like scanned it to remake the midsole and make it look aged is just super dope. Everything about the shoe is just perfect. The leather quality is amazing. The craftsmanship is amazing. And if you guys didn't know, these were actually gifted to me by Jordan Brand to wear at ComplexCon, which makes them even more special to me. And yeah, man, like, I really can't explain why these shoes are so great. Like, you really need to just have them in your hand and really dissect them to appreciate how they made this sneaker come to life. They're heavy as hell, I will say that. They're super heavy. They were super uncomfortable the first time I wore them, but once you actually break them in, change the insoles too, I highly suggest that, you will love them. And I literally remember wearing these to ComplexCon, and everybody was just like dudes were breaking their necks left and right, because not only was I wearing them, but Mina had them as well. So both of us were just breaking necks, and we were just like, yep, we got them early. Shout out to Jordan Brand, and shout out to Virgil for making another classic sneaker that makes the list. So Virgil, rest in peace. 2 sneakers on my list for 2021, and this one right here ends at number 3. All right, we're moving on to number 2 now. Number 2 is a sneaker that at one time during this year, it was my sneaker of the year. It really was, and it's a very close second. Like, this shoe is borderline, like, it's there, man, but it's such a good shoe, and it's number 2, and it is the Ma Miniere Air Jordan 3s. Hopefully I said that right. I was trying to say it correctly, but yeah, the Ma Miniere Jordan 3s. This shoe right here is just absolutely beautiful. Everything about this shoe is great. The quality, craftsmanship, the storytelling, bro, sock liner, quilted. I'm a sucker for the quilted sock liner. I love it. That gives it so many points in my book. Hidden details on the shoe, even on the back tab, it has like a little hidden written message. I love the suede that they added where we typically see the elephant print. They did a very, very furry suede, which is super dope on the toe. Again, the sock liner is not only quilted, but it's also satin too, which gives it that premium, comfortable feel. Colors are just so wearable. Originally on camera, I thought this was a little bit too yellow, but then once you see them in person, you're like, yep, that just, it's perfect, man. It's perfect, especially with that Nike Air back tab that has that aged look to it. It looks really good with that midsole, and even though it is a little bit of a purple maroonish faded color right here, it still is super wearable. Another shoe that I can literally throw on with this fit right here, and it just works. Like I mentioned, a lot of the shoes on the list look like they're from the 80s or the 90s, or they look like they're 10, 20 years old, and that's just how the sneaker culture has shifted. And what collaborations people are doing is like they're doing that older look because that's what people love. And this is another one of those examples of a shoe that looks like it's from, you know, 10, 20 years ago, but it's just so freaking dope and it's so beautiful. And how many times have I said dope and beautiful in this video? But yeah, man, this shoe had to be on the top 2, man. It was either number 1 or it was number 2. And I just had to put it at number 2 because I like number 1 a little bit more. Now it's time for number 1. I'm sure you guys have guessed it by now, so I'm not gonna go make some, you know, overhyped intro on the number 1 shoe, but this shoe right here takes the cake. It's my number 1 sneaker of the year. I knew it was gonna be the number 1 sneaker of the year when I first got my pair and I put them on my feet. We are talking about the Air Jordan 1 Low Travis Scott Fragments. Now I'm gonna give you guys 5 reasons why this shoe is my number 1 sneaker of the year. Number 1, I got them for retail off of Travis's website. I entered the raffle with 1 email and I got the notification that I had 30 minutes to check out. That made me love the shoe more, it made me appreciate the shoe more. I didn't have to pay resale for this shoe and I was able to get them from his actual website. Number 2, it's a collaboration with 2 different brands, not only Jordan brand, but Fragment and Travis Scott. Obviously, that just makes it more hyped and that made a lot of more people want this shoe. Not only were you getting Travis fans who wanted this shoe, but you also got Fragment fans and just general sneakerheads who went crazy for this shoe. The third reason, quality is great. It's not the best, but it's still really, really good. Number 4, I got them for retail, so I love the shoe. I know I already said that, but it's okay. And number 5, it's just an overall great sneaker. The Travis silhouette of the Jordan 1 mixed with the Fragment Jordan 1 from a few years ago. They took 2 dope sneakers, meshed them together, and had a baby. And I like these over the highs. I know a lot of people will agree with me on that one, but there's just so many dope little things about the shoe that I love, and it's just so, ah, man, this shoe is great, bro. This shoe is literally great. I know I sound like a grown man who's like getting really too comfortable with these sneakers right now, but I apologize. I love sneakers and I love this sneaker, and this is my number 1 sneaker of the year, and that's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. That's it. Sneaker of the year. No, but seriously, guys, this shoe is great, man. I mean, it has everything for me. It checks off all of the stuff that I would need in a perfect shoe, and it's great. Even though it's kind of hard to see the cream swoosh sometimes in photos, it still looks so beautiful in person, and it's so dope, man. I just love the shoe. Again, it's got that aged look too, with all the cream and the aged midsole, which I absolutely love. And yeah, man, it's just a good shoe. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, my sneaker of the year 2021, which we are giving away to you right now. Here are the details for the giveaway. Now, I'm teaming up with Soul Steals to make this happen, and all you have to do is follow the rules that are going to be listed in the description box of this video. All I need you guys to do is to go follow me and go follow Soul Steals on Instagram. I'm gonna leave the link down below. Go click on our accounts and go follow us, and then once you've done that, I need you guys to go on my very last post and comment done, because that's where I'm gonna be able to go through the comments on that last post and find a winner in about a week. Once I find a winner in a week, I'll hit them up and we will send him the shoes right here, or her, whoever wins. I don't know who's gonna be entering. That's how you're gonna be entering it. All you have to do is follow myself, follow Soul Steals on Instagram, and go comment done on my very last Instagram post. Good luck to everybody. Go enter the giveaway because it's absolutely free, and a huge shout out to Soul Steals once again for making that happen. I highly suggest you guys go sign up for their membership website because it is the best place to get sneakers at a really, really good price. And that wraps it up for 2021. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, and I will see you guys next year here on QrewTV. Peace out, y'all.
I'm so tired of second guessing myself. Had to reevaluate, you know, check on my health. Cause 2020 was a mess in itself.